Hey everybody, I am going to give you some notes on lesson 96, all about averages and the mean. What I put for mean is tomorrow's lesson is going to be talking a little bit about range, mode, and mean. So I am putting that up there so that you can see it a little bit better and kind of understand that averages are meaning the same thing as mean. So for lesson 96, I am going to be working on pages 607 through 611. And I'm going to give you the definition of average. An average is a way to describe a set of data using one number. So you have example one in your textbook. So if you wanted to follow along, you can look at those questions. I'm just going right from the textbook. You can copy down these notes as well. You don't necessarily need to copy down the example problems, but it would be a good idea for you just to follow along in your textbook. So for your example one question, you have 4 vans carried the team to the field. There were 5 players in the first van, 4 players in the second van, 3 players in the third van, and 8 players in the fourth van. What was the average number of players per van? So you've got a lot of information there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to circle how many numbers I have. I've got my 4 numbers right there. It also tells me in this problem that there are 4 vans. I'm going to need to know that information. In order to find the average, the first thing I'm going to have to do is find the total number of players. So I have circled how many players I have, but in order to find that total number, I need to add them up. So what I'm going to do is I added 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 8, and I added that all together and got 20 players. The second step you'll need to do is to divide the total by the number of groups you have. So we know you have 20 players, but you need to know that those 20 players need to go in those 4 vans. So you need to divide the total by the number of groups. So I divided 20, which is my total, by 4, and that is my number of vans I have. So when I did that, I got 5 players in each van. So 20 players divided by 4 vans equals 5 players in each van. 2 steps to when you are working with averages. First, make sure that you find the total number, then divide that total number by the number of groups that you need, or the groups that you have. So for lesson practice number 1, or letter A, in 3 classrooms, there were 24, 26, and 28 children. What was the average number of children per class? I'm going to circle my numbers again. And then I need to ask myself, okay, well, how many classrooms? Oh, there it is right there. I'm going to actually put a box around that one. So my first step, going back to your notes here, is to find the total number of players. Well, to do that, I need to take 24 plus 26. And most of you know that I don't like to add more than 2 numbers together at once, so I'm just going to add those 2 first. So 4 plus 6, I'm going to carry that, get 4 and 5. So right now I've got 50, but I can't forget about that other guy up there. So I'm going to go ahead and add that like that now. So now we got 50 plus 28. Add that real fast. 5, 6, 7. So now I got 78. So my first step is done. I know how many children total there are, but now I got to do my second step, is to divide the total by the number of groups. So now I'm going to do my long division over here. I'm going to take 78 divided by the 1, 2, 3 classrooms. So 3 goes into 7 2 times. 3 times 2 is 6. Subtract, bring down. 3 goes into 18 6 times. It goes equally, so you won't have a remainder, but you do have a whole number. And so that 26 up there means that there can be 26 students per class. And make sure you always circle your answer. All right, going ahead and flipping over to the next one. Lesson practice B says there were 2 stacks of books on the shelf. One with 17 books and the other with 11 books. Allison moved some books from the taller stack to the shorter stack so that the numbers of books in the 2 stacks were equal. When she finished, how many books were in each stack? Well, we know that she has 17 books in the first one,